Justin Trudeau, a name synonymous with charisma and progressive ideals. Yet his tenure as Prime Minister of Canada has been marked by a string of controversial policies. These policies, while often presented with lofty goals, have left many Canadians questioning their effectiveness and long-term consequences. From economic mismanagement to the struggling energy sector, the ramifications of these policies are being felt across the nation. The gap between rhetoric and reality has become increasingly apparent. Canadians are grappling with the tangible effects of these policies, from soaring living costs to a healthcare system on the brink. As Trudeau's legacy is debated, it's crucial to examine the real-world impact of his government's decisions. One of the most pressing concerns under Trudeau's leadership has been the alarming rise in Canada's national debt. Bill C-74, touted as a plan for long-term growth, instead ushered in an era of unprecedented spending. This approach, while seemingly well-intentioned, has saddled future generations with a hefty financial burden. Furthermore, the government's penchant for increased taxation has placed a strain on businesses and individuals alike. The cumulative effect of these economic policies has left many Canadians struggling to make ends meet. The dream of prosperity seems increasingly elusive. Canada, blessed with abundant natural resources, has long been a global energy leader. However, the Trudeau government's policies have cast a shadow over this vital sector. Bill C-69, with its stringent environmental assessments, has been accused of creating uncertainty and deterring investment in major energy projects. The cancellation of pipelines, intended to appease environmental concerns, has dealt a blow to Canada's energy industry and its workers. The economic consequences of these decisions are significant, impacting jobs and Canada's overall competitiveness in the global market. Section 4, a nation grappling with housing unaffordability, empty promises, and inadequate solutions. The dream of homeownership is slipping further out of reach for many Canadians as the housing crisis continues to grip the nation. Bill C-25, aimed at addressing housing affordability, has failed to curb skyrocketing prices in major cities. The government's approach, often criticized for being more focused on demand-side measures, has done little to address the fundamental issue of supply. The lack of affordable housing options is pushing families to the brink, forcing them to make difficult choices between housing and other essential needs. Section 5. Healthcare in crisis. A system strained and underfunded. Canadians pride themselves on their universal healthcare system. However, under Trudeau's watch, this cherished system has been stretched to its limits. Bill C-4, while promising improvements to mental health services, has been criticized for not adequately addressing the systemic issues plaguing the healthcare system. Long wait times, a shortage of medical professionals, and inadequate long-term funding have become the norm. The COVID-19 pandemic further exposed the vulnerabilities of the system, leaving many Canadians questioning its sustainability. Section 6. Environmental policies. A symbolic gesture with questionable impact. Climate change is a pressing global issue. However, the Trudeau government's approach to environmental policy, particularly the carbon tax implemented through Bill C-74, has been met with mixed reactions. While lauded by some as a necessary step, others argue that it has disproportionately impacted certain industries and households without significantly reducing emissions. The effectiveness of the carbon tax in achieving its intended environmental goals remains a subject of debate. Critics argue that a more comprehensive and nuanced approach is needed to address the complexities of climate change.